Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let me read you the title and then we discuss this BS. This article comes from Sputnik and it's from today, November 3rd, 2022. Macron, the president of France, Emmanuel, approval rating drops to 32%, lowest since beginning of COVID-19. Polls shows. So he's got 32% approval. This is the leader. He was voted by the country. Okay? Now, Biden is below 40. I can't remember. They said it was below 40. 38 or something. So one is 32, one is 38. Putin is what? 79% approval? So let's look at it this way. Actually, the normal way. We have this democratic system of electing our representatives, okay, to do a good job and make sure that our interests are, taken care of. Let's put it this way. Our freedoms are protected and they look for us. They are over there to make our lives better, okay? So obviously they kind of have to have our in order to be legitimate, they have to have our, how should I put it, approval. Well, you go and vote, and this guy, Macron, won the election against the fantastic Marine Le Pen, which, okay? Now the other guy, the other weasel, the semi-conscious Frankenstein, shuffling for about 15 minutes a day when he's resuscitated from his crypt, like, what's his name, Dracula, 15 minutes in front of the public, then goes back and put to rest for the rest of 23 hours, 45 minutes. And he's the leader of the free world. Thank you very much. But we have Kamala, who's busy moving her head back and forth while on her knees. Anyway, so these are our leaders. Now, these guys were voted in the office at one point. But then the second second, they dropped to 32 and 38. What does that mean? They do not have the public's, how should I put it, support. They don't have the authority to be where they are if they don't do the bidding of their population. So what does that mean? They're not doing the bidding of the population. Because if you disagree with what the guy is doing, he's not doing why you elected him over there. That means he's doing something that you don't want. So who is he working for? He's not working for you because you got 32%, Macron, Emmanuel. So what is this? So if you have only 30, you don't have the delegation. I think that's the word. The delegation of being there. With 32%, get out. Who are you working for? Because you're not working for us. And if you work for 32% of the population, that means you're doing a lot of things wrong. If your policy coincides with 32%, that's bad. That's bad. You don't have the authority. We're going to get your authority off your hand. The same Biden, 38. How can these guys still think that they are the leaders of the countries? That means they are doing something from somewhere else that destroys or harms the citizens that elected them. Why they do elected them? Because you elect them one time and then you give them 4 years or 5 years or whatever their time in office is, the term is, and they do whatever they want. What if they have 1%? What are you going to do about it? Biden has approval rating, let's say 1%, and Macron has -5. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You wait. How much more? 2 more years for the semi-conscious, and I think 3 more years for the other little weasel. So, is this democracy the way it's supposed to work? But if it's working like that, that is to show how come these guys have only that low approval rating. And then let's move to the bad boy, the criminal, the second Hitler called Vladimirovich Putin. He was in the 83, and now he's like 79 about a week ago. That means the population like what this guy is doing. Well, sorry, That's his role, to be over there and do what the population wants. That's his authority. That's his thunder. That's why he's over there. Not to do 32%. So then what? You can tell me that these guys are the leaders of the free world, but their population doesn't want them over there. So they must not be. And besides, France is how much? 60 million, I think it is, they are, right? About, I think, 60 some million. I know Germany is 80 or something. I can't remember exactly, my bad, but I think like that. And then you have United States, 300 and what? Almost 40 million. And you have 32%, 38%, let's say, and the other one's got 32. Russia is 145 million. And it's 80, 81 or 83%, 79% for this guy. So what are you going to do? Do like this with the whole Russians that approve of that guy's decisions? You're not going to give me the idea of a little mantra of the Nazis and Hitler, who was somehow so smooth, and the Germans were, oh my God, it's so cool, I like his mustache. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. Something coincides with what this guy is doing and what these guys want. 80% in Russia, 32 in France, and 38 or something in United States of America. So imagine you have a professor, imagine you have a wife or a husband who's doing, I don't know, 32%, you agree with her. Are you still together? No. Why would you? You look for someone at least above 50%. I mean, remember, you're gonna get engaged with your partner in all the activities that you will engage with, right? Or on, with her or with him, and you agree 32%. That means you're 70, whatever, 68%, you're always, how is that supposed to work? And the other one with what? Let's say 38? What is that? I mean, no, it can't be. And the other one is 70 something. Is so strong and so smart, Putin and the mass media? I don't think so. I don't think so. This guy here in the United States are light years ahead of propaganda than Goebbels ever dreamt of. Ever dreamt of. You know why? Because they were using this. They were using psychology. They were using how do you call it? Scientific ways to do it. The guy, by the way, Dr. Goebbels, right? He was a doctor, not a doctor or surgeon. I think he was what, in philosophy or something like that. By the way, Mussolini had a doctorate as well, so we should not ever put a doctor back in, Hitler was not a doctor. Anyway, Jill Biden is a doctor, the same way the other two are. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Goebbels, little student compared with what's going on here. I'm telling you that. Why? Because by that time they were the beginning of psychology. Right? You got Jung and tried to psychoanalytic, and then you have Freud in the 30s and so on. Yeah, but then after that, yes, more scientific research, and these guys became smarter. And you don't have to be that smart actually, because people are stupid. Let's put it this way: are stupid because that's the way we are. As one of these guys said, it's good that, how fortunate the politicians are, since the masses are illiterate or uneducated. Well, here they say they're educated. We all have here 1/3 of U.S. population has a college degree, where 1/3 we're educated. Go and talk to them. See how they think and how much they know, and ask them where do they get their information. If they say TV, bye bye. Never talk to you again. Not TV, not TV. But anyway, as the same guy said, the mass media is the school of the adults. Unfortunately. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.